Sincerely speaking, I don't think any sensible, honest, sane Nigerian is satisfied with the minimum wage. So what does that tell you? I am not satisfied with the minimum wage. Keep it alive. That's the only thing I can say, but because there's nothing you can do. We are in for it. What expectation of the minimum wage? Some of the minimum wage can actually take care of the financial obligations of the individual staffs that we have now in the country. So, well, we thank God for having better than cheating, as the people will say in the palace. But we still have to get promoted so that you can be able to help us bring out our base back to Nigeria and Nigerians as a whole.
Worker with special needs, people with special needs, they have a particular need that government need to attend to. Government should try to encourage them by giving them special incentives. Not only with that are in civil service, but also some persons with disability who are not working and have taken a stress of going to school. But also the advantage that Nigerian government consider us, especially those that are not employed. There are so many pending welfare arrears that government supposed to do. We are urging government to the fact that we are happy because of our law. All our pending arrears to be paid immediately so that the job will not just end on workers' day. Let the jobs continue. That is my appeal to the government.
The welfare package is not of Nigerian workers in general. It's nothing to write home about. Look at the minimum wage is livable of 70,000 naira. What can 70,000 naira buy? And that is how it is, even in construction industry in Nigeria. So we are calling on the government and even the employers of labor in the construction industry to look into the plight. As you rightly said, the construction workers, they build the nation. And if you want to see how a nation is progressing, how developed a nation is, just look at the construction. A nation where construction is not taking place, it means that they are not making it. So, and not only that, construction is a low-hanging fruit that you can use to tame insecurity. We've been advocating that, we've been talking to government that, look, pump money into construction in Nigeria. Then you see insecurity coming down automatically.
Globally, the world has left the issue of minimum wage. We are now talking on living wage. Even when the ILO Director General came to Nigeria, it was on emphasis that we can no longer be talking minimum wage when globally we have moved from minimum wage to living wage. So in living wage, these indices has to be taken into consideration, and those variables must be a critical factor in redefining and negotiating living wage. Hope is fake. We still want the workers not to lose hope, not to also lose hope on the leadership of the labor union, not to lose hope on themselves, because self-assessment is the most important, and they should also build their capacity to meet up the 21st century workforce. That by so doing will also make them marketable, and they can also be indispensable in times of crisis that affects the labor.
With the new national minimum wage, workers will get value for the service they render. Don't forget, the most valuable resource in any economy is the worker, because it's the worker that creates the wealth. So from that standpoint, you will agree that the worker is significant in nation building. We have argued that it's not even about increasing minimum wage. The devil in the economy is the foreign exchange, because if you check with the international market, nothing has changed absolutely. It's just the value of our naira that has devaluated and continue to devaluate. So if you take naira to the international market at this rate, it will be very difficult for you to buy anything meaningful, which suggests that the government has a responsibility to ensure they control the fluctuation in the naira. That is the only way that Nigerian worker can have value for the minimum wage he earns.
What we should put at the front burner is to see how we can pressurize the government to take steps to stabilize our currency, stabilize naira. There is no any currency, there is no any country anywhere in the world that will just allow their currency to float freely without defending their currency.
So we have to take steps to defend our currency. In as much as our currency continue to be, the valuation of our currency continue, we will continue to have, prices of goods and services going up, and the minimum wage will continue to be rendered useless.
To also do everything possible to make sure that we embrace one another and remain steadfast, committed in serving the public and in honesty and courage. So May Day is here, but we have to go beyond everyday celebration. I love a situation where implementation is key. After this year, next year is coming. What did we achieve in 2025? That is, for me, what a leader should do. Just like the word press freedom, it is a right, not a privilege. The freedom of every journalist is a right, and we have always encountered a whole lot of challenges, harassments, in the field. But what we are trying to say is to create more awareness, is to push further, is to amplify our voice that there is need for press freedom. There is need for everybody. All hands must be on deck, not just journalists. We're talking about at the state level, local government, federal, and everyone who cares to understand that press freedom is non-negotiable.